If you want to fall asleep, you come to where I go. That sometimes could be like Sominex. But if you're all great, it's so great to see, you know. The energy is amazing. Just the energy. The choir, singers, the band is unbelievable. I love your bass player because I played the bass in the band for like 20 years. And he's used playing a 5-string bass, and he's got that low C really working. I like that. But I just want to, you know, downstairs where I was listening to the pastor's message, and it's fantastic. You know, I was in my door, I was downstairs, I had my Entenmann's cakes surrounding me, and I was listening to pastor drinks. For me, it doesn't get any better than that. You know, it was amazing during the campaign, and you, ladies and gentlemen, did so much for you. The pastor, everybody, Cheryl, so much for you during the campaign. That's one reason I wanted to come back and say thank you. A lot of politicians don't like to say thank you. I do. And, you know, it's just crazy because, you know, I was always afraid of dying. And I really was. And one of the days during the campaign, it was a hot day, it was like 95 degrees, and they sent me out into this district, which we call 10 steps to nowhere. Every house has 10 steps, and no one's home. So they sent me to this up and down, and the sweat's like pouring off me, everything's sticking, I keep going. Please, how much longer do I have to do? Okay, don't worry, we're going to go, and they left me out there alone. So I'm walking up and down, all of a sudden I feel, man, this pain in my chest, what is this? What is this pain in my neck and then the jaw? I said, I'm an insomniac. So I watched the Discovery Science channel. At 3 o'clock in the morning, it's either infomercials or the Discovery Science channel. So I was watching that. So I remember the pain in the jaw is not a good sign. That's the sign of a heart attack. So I'm standing in front of this house that I started my political career 25 years ago, and I can't even get my cell phone out to dial because I'm busy and I'm starting my phone. So it's the same house that I started it all. I thought I was going to end it all. So I'm laying on there, and I'm sitting down, I'm laying against the tree, and I'm saying to myself, what am I going to do now? And I started to think, things, because I couldn't even hit 911 on my phone. I didn't know what anything was. So I'm thinking, and finally I got off the composure and I walked back to the office. I don't know how I made it. To this day, I can't tell you how I made it back to the office. So I went to the doctor. He's with me to the heart specialist. He put me to the operating table and spent 2 hours. So I'm sitting there, and the St. Francis, I'm in there, and I know I'm going in. The news isn't good. And the doctor comes back and says, you're lucky you're here because in 72 hours, he said, no matter what, you would have been gone. He said, you were spared. And I felt that I was spared. And like I said, I used to be afraid of dying. And I was laying in the hospital bed, and I'm thinking, boy, if I go, who are they going to replace me with? Isn't that amazing? And then I thought, well, if I go, something even more important happened. Which way am I going to go? Am I going to go north or south? Then I started weighing what did I do? It wasn't too bad. So, it's amazing how you find religion more when you think that the time has come. As my father said in World War II, he said to me, Bob, I never once met an atheist in a foxhole. So I feel I'm inspired and to do things and to try to help people and continue to help people and to continue to meet great people like yourselves who have really enriched my life, and you really all have. And I just want to thank you all for this. It was funny, I was in a funny story, and I know I'll let you go to getting back this. Racing and wagering is my committee. So I'm at the racetrack and I get to meet Big Brown, the racehorse that won the first 2 rounds. So I'm sitting there and meet Big Brown, and now I know why they call him Big Brown. He's like this high, and he's looking down at me like this, like, who are you? His horse had expressions like you wouldn't believe. So 2 days later, Big Brown and me are both in the hospital. So I'm coming out of this surgery, and I'm a little groggy, and my friend calls. He goes, I'm in St. Francis up in Roslyn. And he says to me, he goes, you and Big Brown are in the hospital. I go, what? He's in the hospital? I go, yeah. I go, what's he doing in St. Francis? He goes, he's at the vet. He just did something on his food. But these are the funny things that happen to you out there. But we both came through, and I'm walking, door to door. I'll be driving to Albany through a snowstorm tonight, and Big Brown's on a nice farm in Kentucky. But I just want to thank, come here, Justin, please. My favorite pastor, my favorite. I want to say thank you to my friend here. He's a wonderful man, an inspiration to me. And I tell you, I have such a great time listening to your message. And most of all, I really get something out of it. Thank you all. God bless you.
Well, let's get our simply another This is not just our simply